What is life like here at St. Martin's as a Benedictine monk?
What is life like? Well, life is very ordered because there's a rhythm of prayer and work. We pray together in the church 4 times a day. We have our meals together. We have recreation together, and then we all have our work. And in my case, it's teaching is part of my work. Being on the board of trustees is part of my work. Taking care of an art collection is part of my work. And doing a concert lecture series is part of my work.
Okay, thank you. What would you say, like, a brief explanation is of your daily routine?
My daily routine, very briefly, I get up at around 5:30. I shower and shave. I have a prayer, followed by breakfast, and then some kind of work, usually preparing for class or teaching. Prayer again before lunch, then lunch. The afternoon is much the same. And then in the evening, after prayer at 7:30, then I'll usually work again for an hour and a half at the desk, and then do some reading.
Okay. Third question, how does stability and moderation play into your everyday life as a Benedictine monk?
Stability refers to stability of place, which means that one becomes a Benedictine, one joins a particular monastery, and then one is there for life, except when one goes away to work somewhere else or to study somewhere else. And I've gone away several times since I've become a Benedictine to study in Mexico and in Spain, and 1 year to teach in California. Moderation means that you try not to do things in excess, and that you try to have balance in your life.
Mm-hmm. Good. Why did you choose to become a monk at St. Martin's, or how did you end up here at St. Martin's in this monastery? Yeah.
All right. So I was born in California, in Sacramento. Mm-hmm. I did all my schooling in Sacramento until it was time for college. I was looking for a small Catholic college, and I found 2. I found St. Martin's, and I found one in Eastern Canada. Mm. And because money was tight, I knew if I went to Eastern Canada, I would never get home again. And so I chose to come to St. Martin's. And after I was here for a while, I was inspired by the community, particularly by the example of Father Killian and Abbot Neil, whom I got to know.
Good. Why or what made you decide to become a monk, or what influences in your life as a kid, or how did you grow up into becoming a monk?
Difficult to answer, probably.
Yeah.
I grew up in a Catholic family, Roman Catholic family, practicing Catholic. When I came up here to St. Martin's, I had no desire to become a monk or to enter any type of religious life or priesthood. And I think that I tend to be an ordered person, and I tend to be somewhat prayerful, and so I saw the monastic community here being prayerful and being very ordered in its life, and that had a strong appeal to me.
Okay. Last question. How do you believe the monks at St. Martin's help or can help students with stability and moderation, in life or in schoolwork or just overall?
I think that one way is by example. Some people tend to be very observant of everything and notice everything, and I think that students notice the monks because they're dressed differently, and many students will observe what the monks are doing and how they're doing it. This is part of what inspired me, for example, in Father Killian and in Father Killian and Abbot Neil, because they showed characteristics that I admired, and but I think that you have to be open to it. Mm-hmm. So.
Yes. All right. Thank you for your time and answering the questions.
You're welcome. Thank you.